welcome back. I'm joined now by Kathy Egan with the LSU Ag Extension Service, here to talk about eggplants for farm to table. Kathy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me today.
And thank you for being here. I'm glad we're talking about eggplants because I've always been curious, how did eggplants get their name?
Well, you know, it does seem so strange when you look at an eggplant and you think, why would someone call this eggplant?
It's not a real egg, yeah.
But actually, eggplants really vary. We're all familiar with the purple ones that we typically see, but they really come in lots of different colors. There are lots of varieties, and the original eggplants were small. They were shaped like an egg, and they were white in color. So that's how they got the name eggplant.
Well, I had no idea. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Are they nutritious for you?
They are. Eggplants are really great, and they can be grown here in Louisiana, but a lot of times I think they're not as commonly eaten, especially here in Northeast Louisiana, and that's kind of a shame because they are super nutritious. They're, of course, like most vegetables, low in calories. They're fat-free, they're cholesterol-free, but they're also high in fiber, and they have several vitamins and minerals that are important for our body. And they are also a great source of antioxidants. And antioxidants can be protective against certain types of cancers, and they just keep our bodies working the way they should.
Oh, that's good to know. Now, how did they evolve from the white egg shape to the big purple eggplant that we know and see in the grocery stores?
Well, they're all just different varieties. You can find them in all different colors. Some are even colors like yellow or green. And of course, they can range in shades of purple from light to dark. There are even variegated varieties that have a striped appearance on the outside.
What should you feel for or look for when you're buying an eggplant?
All right, you want to find those that feel heavy for their size, but yet you don't want those that are extremely large. You want to go, like most fruits and vegetables, for a medium size. The smaller ones typically are more tender, and they're going to have smaller seeds, and the flesh is going to be more tender. So you want to go for your smaller to medium-sized ones. And what you want to do to see if they're fresh is just use the little pad of your thumb and give it a little press, and it should just indent slightly, but just slowly spring back up. And so that's going to help you find a fresh one. You want to look for those that aren't discolored, that don't have markings on them, and that have a nice, vivid, shiny look to their skin.
And do you have any tips on cooking eggplants?
Sure, they can be cooked in a lot of different ways. They're super versatile. And one thing that a lot of people like to do, because sometimes people think eggplant has a little bit of a bitter flavor to it, you can actually sweat the eggplant. And you do that by go ahead and slicing it and sprinkling it with salt and letting it sit for about 30 minutes, and that's going to draw some of that water out of it and also take away some of that bitter taste and help it be more tender. But now we don't want all that extra sodium, so once you've done that, go ahead and rinse it to remove the salt from the outside of the eggplant, and then you'll be ready to cook it.
Okay, should you keep the skin on or the nutrients in the skin or throughout the eggplant?
Right, you're gonna find it both, but a lot of times those bright colors have lots of nutrients, and so the skin is a good source of nutrients as well. And you can do it either way. Eggplants can be eaten with the skin on or with it off. It's just really your personal preference.
All right, Kathy, thank you so much for coming on the show and telling us all about eggplants. I learned something new today. Great. And coming up next, we'll have more Louisiana Living. We'll be talking about the upcoming Community Day at Star Home Place. Just ahead, stay with us.
Trade names are used by the LSU Ag Center for clarity and information purposes only. Neither commercial endorsement of specific products nor a recommendation to the exclusion of similar products is implied.